going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MUT 19 video. Brand new promo drop today, Ultimate Kickoff. And I'm not here to cover the promo, but I'm going to give you my opinions on some of the higher overall cards. We're going to go ahead and rank these things in order. Again, my opinion, it's all subjective. You guys can leave me your rankings down below in the comment section. Do me a favor, while you're here listening to me right now, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. I appreciate all the support. Let's get this video to 100 likes. I don't think that's too much to ask for. So let's just quickly, by now I would assume that you guys have seen everything that this promo involves. 99 brand new solo challenges, some new sets, MUT reward packs, just different ways to obtain some really good cards. And lots of sets. So we have a Ultimate Kickoff leader, Drew Brees, Zeke Elliott, Super Bowl champion Brandon Graham from the 1-0 Philadelphia Eagles, and Casey Hayward. Then we have some Ultimate Kickoff Masters. So we're going to rank the leaders in order 1 through 4, and then the Masters in order 1 through 3. So let's jump on into the content. And I'm going to actually jump on over to the auction house while I unveil my power rankings of these cards. And again, you guys, you can disagree with me. It's okay. There's no right or wrong answer in this, but I definitely would love to see your rankings down below in the comment section. So go ahead and hit me up on there. And while you're waiting for me to search through this auction house, go follow me on Twitter as well. The Twitter handle should be somewhere on your screen right about now. I do my job at editing. So here we go. We're going to rank the Ultimate Kickoff leaders first. It pains me to say it, but out of these 4 cards, I'm ranking Brandon Graham number 4. It's not a great card. It's not a bad card either. Just a little underwhelming, just decent. Stats don't really stand out. Comparing it against some other defensive ends, he really looked similar to the Legend Reggie White card. Between his stats and just his overall pricing, and the pricings that we're going to be looking about and that I may reference a lot, keep in mind this is the first day of the promo, so likely these prices will drop a little bit. It's a very good pass rushing card. Let me show you some of the stats. Block shed a little underwhelming compared to most defensive ends, not most, but like the top tier defensive ends. And he's not really a great run stuffer, but really good against the pass. The good thing is, a lot of people, at least from what I found, they're not running the ball in this year's game. So I guess that's a weakness that won't hurt too much. But if you compare him to the higher tier cards like the J.J. Watt, Everson Gray, this is like half of their cost. So for what it is, I mean, it's not a great card, not a standout card. But price-wise, it's not too bad. Likely a card that I'm still going to go after, just being an Eagles fan. These are almost in order for me. Spoiler alert right there. But number 3 is going to be Drew Brees. Again, I'm not saying, when I'm ranking these cards, I'm not ultimately saying they're bad cards, but the Drew Brees card, great pocket passer. You're going to hear me say this a lot in this video. Consider your options. Yes, Drew Brees is good. You can do most of these solos to get these cards free, or one of these cards free, I should say, not all of them. But if you compare him to, like, Carson Wentz, if you compare him to the Gatorade Cam, which if you played Weekend League and got your monthly rewards, you can get pretty close to getting Cam Newton for free at this point if you played your solos, did your objectives, and played some Weekend League and got those monthly rewards. Brees much better compared to Cam and Wentz with the mid and short throw ratings. But much slower, 65 speed. I mean, he is a snail. So again, this card is better than Wentz and Cam when it comes to passing, but is it really worth, doing all these 99 solos, getting a free card out of this, and getting another quarterback? Consider your options. You probably already have Wentz by now. Are you going to sit through 99 more solos just to get another quarterback? Another quarterback that's slightly better than Wentz? I don't think it's worth it. That's why I ranked this card number 3. Number 2 is going to be Zeke Elliott. I can't believe I ranked a Cowboy in front of an Eagle. Get my life. I need to get my life together. I think the best thing about this card is the 89 speed. It's very similar to Gatorade Todd Gurley. Gurley's a little bit more expensive. I think this card actually would be pretty good in value if the price dips down to like maybe, 215K or so. But again, I think it's just the speed. The trucking is not that great. It's the agility's pretty good. The elusiveness not great with the 84. you know, consider your options. Again, there's a lot of free running backs out there. Saquon Barkley, probably most of you have because of Rookie Premier. Ricky Williams is definitely a better card than this one once you level him up, and that's a free card. You get it by playing the game. LaShawn McCoy, not as fast, way more elusive, but it's another free card. So do you want to play 99 solos if you're not a Cowboy fan just to get a running back that's not that much better than a bunch of other cards that you can get free? And ultimately, that's why I picked Casey Hayward #1. So I know what you're going to say. He's a little slow. I agree with you. 86 speed, 5'11", not great. It could be in a card that's irrelevant in a month or so. But really, really good coverage stats. 90 man coverage, 93 zone coverage. If you can get him to a tier 6 lockdown, I'm not too far away from it, and I don't think it's that difficult to do at this point already in the game. I think his zone coverage would go all the way up to like a 96 or 97. That's really, really good. You know, his speed and his height lacking hurts a little bit, but I think other than Tyreek Hill and Randy Moss, he's going to be able to keep up with most people. Just the way the game plays on the field. You know, there's much faster receivers, but 86 speed still keeps up with those. It's kind of like a Richard Sherman deal. He's never fast, but he always is there for the most part. Casey Hayward, not great against the run, but again, people don't run too much in this game, so that's the main reason why I went with Hayward as the best option out of those 4 cards. Let me know what you think. Let's move on to the Master cards, 3 of them there. I want to strongly say this with these 3 cards. All of them could be #1, all of them could be 2, and all of them could be 3. This is just my ranking, and maybe my thought process is different from yours, but these are all really, really good cards. So again, I'm going to pick Luke Kuechly #3. That's not saying this is a bad card. It's a really good card. If you don't user your middle linebacker, if you're a D-line user, this thing roaming the field, CPU controlled, is going to be a beast. Coverage is amazing. Great coverage stats, pretty good hit power, just pretty good tackle, all that. That's what you get out of a Luke Kuechly card. If you're a D-line user, you're going to love this card. 82 speed, a little bit slow. 6'3", good height for a middle linebacker to intercept those passes over the middle. But again, consider the options, guys. You are playing this game, which means you likely have Ryan Shazier, and if you've been playing it enough, he's probably in the mid-80s by now, maybe even upper 80s. You know, in a month from now, 2 months from now, you're probably going to have a 95 overall Ryan Shazier. That's why middle linebackers, unless you're running a 3-4 and you need 2 of these guys, middle linebackers, for me, may be irrelevant for a very long time this year because of Shazier. So definitely don't spend the coin on this card when you have a Shazier running around. That's why I put Kuechly at #3, but I do still think it's a really, really good card. Antonio Brown is going to be #2. I like this card because if you got the Hall of Fame edition of this year's game, this is going to be a really good card, a really easy card to go ahead and upgrade. Very nice speed. He's now up to an 88. His original cards were lacking a lot of speed. Route running is great. Man coverage for me has been tough to beat at times this year. So hopefully if I go ahead and get this card, not sure if I'm going to, hopefully if I get this card, the route running will be able to get away from some of those really good man coverage corners. And I'm telling you now, I've been using Playmaker a lot. I haven't seen a lot of people doing it. This card, with the speed, the route running, and Playmaker on it, could be really, really tough to cover. So I'm digging this card. Not sure if I'm going to go with it or not. And obviously the last option at #1 is going to be Rob Gronkowski. Run block's a little underwhelming for this Gronk card. Normally I love Gronk cards because he's a great tight end and he can run block, and that's just a good combination. Being that I don't run the ball that much this year, and a lot of people don't, maybe that's not a big deal. But I would say out of the other 2 cards, wide receiver, middle linebacker, tight end's like the least crowded position for free cards. Like, you know, there's a lot of Jerry Rice out there. You know, Randy Moss, there's a lot of Antonio Brown, the Corley, there's a lot of free wide receivers out there. There's not as many tight ends, just other than the Shannon Sharp, and if you use your captain collectible on other cards, then Shannon Sharp just might not be reachable for you right now. So 6'6", 92 catch in traffic, 91 catch. High point passes are overpowered. I've been playing weekend league. I don't know about you guys, but it's very hard to use her a high point pass, even with Shazier. So this card being that tall, that big, You know, catching stats like that, I think this card will be the most difficult to stop against somebody who's really good and knows how to high point, especially in the red zone. So that's why I picked this card number 1. But again, with those master cards, they all 3 of them could be 1, 2, and 3 in any order. But you guys let me know your order. I think I've talked long enough. Come check me out on Twitch tonight. Links down below in the description. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.